This is Caribbean Sports Weekly. Today is May the 2nd, and I'm your host, Jimi Payne. Welcome to the show. Tonight's headlines are: NFL great found dead at the age of 43. Australia defeats West Indies to win the Sir Frank Worrell Trophy. Barbados first to host North American Football Camp. Change of guard in Manchester. And players from the New Orleans Saints bounty scandal have been suspended, one for the entire season. Stay tuned to Caribbean Sports Weekly. We'll be back shortly. Today's show starts on a somber note. Former NFL All-Pro linebacker Junior Seau was found by police with a gunshot wound to his chest today in his home in Ocean View, California. He was pronounced dead on the scene. At this time, it is believed that Seau committed suicide. According to the police report, the gun used was found near to his body. Seau, 43, played in 20 NFL seasons for the San Diego Chargers, Miami Dolphins, and New England Patriots. He was the 5th overall pick in the 1990 NFL Draft, a 12-time Pro Bowler, and was named to the All-Pro team 6 times. Dean Spanos, Chargers president and man who drafted Seau, lamented on the tragic loss. "I'm shocked. I'm devastated. Junior was my friend. We all lost a friend today. Junior was an icon in our community. He transcended the game. He wasn't just a football player. He was so much more. He was loved by everyone in our family, our organization, and throughout the NFL. This is just a tragic loss. One of the worst things that I could ever imagine. My prayers go out to Junior's family. It's heartbreaking." Chargers head coach Norv Turner also paid his regards. "It is a sad, sad day, not only for me, but for the whole sports community. I worked with Junior here and later in Miami. I can tell you no one had more character and true leadership ability than Junior. He brought passion to the game of football that was unmatched. His commitment to charitable causes in the community was inspiring. It's an honor to know him. My thoughts and prayers are with his family." Seau is survived by 3 children. Rest in peace, Junior Seau. You will go down as one of the greatest players to ever play the game, and you will be remembered in the hearts of your former teammates, coaches, and fans. We'll be back with more Caribbean Sports Weekly. Welcome back. The Australian cricket team continues to dominate international Test cricket. The Aussies defeated the West Indies 2-0 in a 3-series Test match. They actually would have won the series 3-0, but the second match was drew because of heavy rains in Trinidad. The Aussies won the last Test by 75 runs and then celebrated with their newly awarded Frank Worrell Trophy. The West Indies team will look to get back on the winning track against the English cricket team. The West Indies begin a three test match series on May the 17th in Lord's, London. The team will also have 3 new faces on the 15-man squad that will face off against England. Fast bowler Shannon Gabriel was moved up to the squad. Young Gabriel continues to impress the selectors in both regional and A-team cricket, and we feel it's a good time to introduce him to the team. We feel he'll be an asset to the team in England and has a bright future in West Indies cricket, stated chairman of the WICB Clyde Butts. Wicketkeeper Carlton Baugh will be relieved of his duties by Dinesh Ramdin, and Craig Brathwaite is replaced by Marlon Samuels. Butts expanded on the roster moves. Baugh has been good behind the stumps, but his batting has not quite lived up to expectations. Hence the selection of Ramdin. Before he got injured in camp prior to the series against Australia, Dinesh was showing good form behind the stumps and with his bat, stated Butts. Hopefully, these moves will make the team more competitive against England. Don't go anywhere. More Caribbean Sports Weekly is right around the corner. Welcome back. Manchester United has dominated the English Premier League for years. More importantly to Manchester residents, they have dominated their rivalry between Manchester City for decades. United is like the big brother who is better in everything. while City is a little brother who is always failing to come close to the accolades of his big brother. Well, my friends, that is almost certainly about to come to an end. City defeated United 1-0 on Monday and placed themselves on top of the leaderboards with 2 games remaining against subpar opponents, which means the cup is basically all but theirs. City holds the tiebreaker against United because they beat them twice this season, a feat they have achieved only twice in 42 years. City has not won the EPL since 1968. Times are changing in Manchester. Cheers to that. We'll be right back with more Caribbean Sports Weekly. Welcome back. When you say football in the Caribbean, we think of kicking a round ball with our feet, not throwing an oval-shaped ball with our hands. Players from the Canadian Football League are currently hosting a fantasy football camp in Barbados. The camp is being hosted by the Ministry of Tourism as an attempt to expose the island to approximately 6 million CFL fans and also bring awareness to the sport in the island. Richard Seeley, Minister of Tourism, believes that the sports tourism market is growing and Barbados wants to be a leader in the industry. The skills development camps will be led by quarterback Anthony Cavillo and will be held at Combermere, Coleridge and Barry, and Dayton Griffith schools. Cavillo holds the record for most passing yards in CFL history with 72,000 yards. There will also be a golf outing at the Barbados Golf Club, a dodgeball contest, and a player fan challenge during the rest of the week. Footage from the events will be used in multimedia promotions for the CFL and Barbados tourism. We were looking at different locations in the Caribbean for this camp, but we decided on Barbados, and the Barbados Tourism Authority has been very supportive, said tour organizer Greg Albrecht. Congratulations to my home country, and I'm looking forward to seeing American football gain popularity in the island. Don't change that dial. We'll be right back. Welcome back. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell laid the law down when he suspended the coaches and owner involved in the New Orleans Saints bounty scandal, in which players were encouraged to and awarded financially for causing game-ending injuries to opposing players. Today, he disclosed a suspension for 4 players that were described as being instrumental in the administration of the bounties and for obstructing the league's investigation. The players are Saints linebacker and defensive captain Jonathan Vilma. Vilma will be suspended for the entire 2012 season without pay. Saints defensive end Will Smith is out for 4 games without pay. Current Green Bay Packer Anthony Hargrave is out for 8 games without pay. And current Cleveland Browns linebacker Scott Fujita is out for 3 games, and as you guessed it, without pay. Vilma received the most severe punishment because investigations revealed that he put up $10,000 to the player that knocked out quarterbacks Kurt Warner or Brett Favre in the 2009 playoffs. Warner and Favre were not seriously injured in the games, but Favre was hit numerous times and missed some plays after twisting his ankle after being hit viciously by 2 Saints players at the same time. Actually, if anyone watched the game, some might say, and I said it myself when I was watching the game, they're trying to kill Brett Favre. As it turns out, they actually were trying to kill Brett Favre. Players are expected to appeal by the end of the week. We're going to take a short break. When I come back, I will talk a little bit about the memories of Junior Seau. Stay tuned. Okay, tonight we are not having a segment of good ref, bad ref, but instead I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about the passing of Junior Seau, but more importantly the player of Junior Seau. I started watching American football in the year of 1994. That's also the first year Junior Seau made it to the Super Bowl. I wasn't a fan of his team, which was at the time the San Diego Chargers. His team just so happened to be playing my favorite team, which was the San Francisco 49ers. But I couldn't help but recognize Junior Seau. He was the Chargers' best player. He was their defensive captain. He also sticks out because he always had like perfectly tan skin, and that was kind of like his trademark. But from seeing him play, I always recognized him. I always knew who he was after. I always kind of followed his career. Talking about leadership, if anyone remembers the whole Ryan Leaf fiasco that happened in San Diego, when first time Ryan Leaf got in trouble with the media or the sports world, he cursed out a reporter in the Chargers locker room. The first person to come to his aid to tell him, hey, rookie, you need to keep quiet, you shouldn't be saying this, was Junior Seau. And I'll never forget that because as a player, he didn't really have to do that. And as a leader of that team, he stood up for his franchise, at the time, franchise quarterback, and, kind of gave him guidance like, hey, kid, you can't do that. Other times, I remember the commercial he had with Steve Young. And Steve Young's my favorite player. But all in all, I can say from watching the game of football as a kid, Junior Seau was one of the good guys, was always one of the good guys. He kind of was like the Ray Lewis type, always leading his men into battle, but leading them honorably. No one can ever say anything bad about Junior Seau. He retired the game after playing 20 years. I mean, how many guys, especially how many defensive players, played the game at a high level for 20 years? Class act throughout. Whatever team he went to, he helped, and whatever team he went to, they won. So today was a very tragic day. So yet again, rest in peace, Junior Seau. Yeah.
Yo, thank you for watching the show on my YouTube. Yo.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you for watching Caribbean Sports Weekly. See you next time at 9 p.m. on Caribbean Community Live. I'm your host, Jimi Payne. Have an airy time until the next episode. Good night.